A very warm welcome to our end of week news bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerubo. The KDF Weekly Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. In today's bulletin, the maiden visit by His Majesty the King, the International Peace Support Training Center feted for its contribution, remembering Africa's non-commemorated World War II soldiers, and strengthening defense relations. CS Duale hosts Ukrainian Deputy Speaker. His Majesty King Charles III, who is on a 4-day state visit to Kenya, toured the Uhuru Gardens National Monument and Museum, where he paid his respects by laying a wreath at the tomb of unknown warriors and unveiled the museum in the presence of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. The King, who was accompanied by his wife, Queen Camilla, was taken through the history of the Mugumo tree, where the first Kenyan flag was hoisted after gaining independence, and the house that the first President of the Republic of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, resided in. Later on, King Charles III was taken through a tour of the museum that hosts Kenya's history. His Majesty's visit to Kenya marks his first visit as a monarch to the Commonwealth country, 40 years after the visit of his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth II, state visit to Kenya in 1983. Still on the Majesty's state visit, their Majesties marked their second-day state visit to Kenya with a visit to the Commonwealth World War II graves at Kariokor, Nairobi, where they laid wreaths to remember the contributions made by Kenyans in the two world wars. The King presented replacement campaign medals to 4 veterans of the Second World War, namely Koplo John Kavai, Private Kefa Chajira, Private Ezekiel Nyanjom Anyange, and Koplo Samuel Nthigai Mburia. Nairobi Kariokor War Cemetery is one of the 38 Commonwealth War Graves Commission commemoration sites in Kenya and derives its name from the district historical ties to the Kariokor, a labor force recruited from across East Africa by the then British Imperial Forces to support the First World War. Kariokor Cemetery was gazetted as a national monument and as a commemoration for Kenyans. On to naval matters, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, received Their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla at the Kenya Navy Base Mtongwe in Mombasa, where the Royal Navy Marines are training Kenya Navy Marine Commandos. During the visit, the King of the United Kingdom inspected a guard of honor mounted by the Kenya Navy before witnessing Kenya Navy Marine Commandos conduct amphibious landing drills at Mtongwe Jetty.
The Majesties, together with their host, President Ruto, had a meet-and-greet session with the Kenya Navy families and the Kenya Navy Marine Commandos undergoing the basic Marine Commander course to appreciate their selfless sacrifice in the service to the nation. The Kenya Defense Forces, particularly the Kenya Navy, has over the years been a great beneficiary of the technical support and special training from the Royal Navy, which has enabled successful technology and skills transfer. This has enhanced the capability and preparedness of the sailors to combat the contemporary maritime security threats.
Honorable Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, opened the 16th Senior Workshop on the International Rules Governing Military Operations 2023, bringing together various militaries across the globe here in Nairobi. The CS noted that the conference comes against the backdrop of shifting alliances, growing geopolitical tensions, and armed conflicts, all presenting potential humanitarian crises, which necessitates the enactment of international humanitarian law in preserving humanity.
Commitment.
In his address, Honorable Duale affirmed that the Ministry of Defense continues to cooperate with the International Committee on the Red Cross in saving lives, as well as alleviating the suffering of victims of armed conflicts and other forms of armed violence.
This is in recognition that the current operating environment is not only fast-changing, but also increasingly complex as a result of the competing political and other interests, as well as advances in science and technology. Therefore, participants, your perspectives on the implications and interventions to mitigate the challenges emanating from the means and methods of present-day warfare will be of great benefit to the participants and ICRC as well.
The conference, co-hosted by the Kenya Defence Forces and the International Committee on the Red Cross, was aimed at finding tangible solutions and international rules governing military operations globally.
Honorable Aiden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, hosted the first Deputy Speaker of the Verkhovna Rada Parliament of Ukraine, His Excellency Oleksandr Konyenko, who paid him a courtesy visit at the Defense Headquarters here in Nairobi. The two leaders discussed a wide range of issues on the need to strengthen the already existing strong bilateral ties between the two countries and the need to fast-track the Defense Cooperation Agreement that is at an advanced stage. Once formulated, the Defense Cooperation Agreement shall be a legal framework to guide the partnership and collaboration in the field of defense. The CS maintained that Kenya continues to champion the need for a ceasefire in the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine to enhance global peace and stability. Dr. Raymond Omolo, the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, led a delegation from the Governance and Public Administration Subcommittee under the National Development, Implementation and Communication Committee in a guided tour of the Kenya Shipyard Limited, Mombasa Shipyard. The team that was received by Brigadier Ibrahim Omari, the Deputy Managing Director of Kenya Shipyard Limited, Mombasa Shipyard, appreciated the roles and organization of Kenya Shipyard Limited, as well as completed ongoing and future projects. The committee was also taken through Kenya Shipyard Limited business strategy, the opportunities and proposed legal structures to strengthen shipbuilding and ship repair in Kenya. Kenya Shipyard Limited has played an important role in the growth of Kenya's maritime security and exploitation of the blue economy. Currently, they are engaged in maintenance works for both government and civilian marine vessels. In other news, Honorable Aiden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, held a consultative meeting with the Military School of Infantry leadership on a variety of issues, among them the encroachment to the military training grounds by the local community. Honorable Duale maintained that the Government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Defense, commits to safeguard the lives of all Kenyans and at the same time defend and protect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic. He explained that this is in cognizance of the fact that security is the backbone of any socio-economic development.
The CS reaffirmed the Ministry of Defense commitment to remain a good neighbor to all communities neighboring military establishments across the country and emphasized that the ministry is devoted to establishing amicable resolutions to all land tussles with the local communities. He also noted that communities are a critical component in the security architecture, hence there is a need to establish and maintain the good relationship with the security agencies. Later in the day, Honorable Duale made a courtesy visit to Isiolo County Governor Honorable Abdi Ibrahim Hassan at the county headquarters, where they discussed several areas of possible collaboration between the Ministry of Defense and the county government in maintaining peace and security for the benefit of the local community.
Major General David Tarus, the Deputy Army Commander, visited Kenya Defence Forces troops who will soon deploy to the Federal Republic of Somalia under the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, also known as ATMIS. The troops, who have been conducting their pre-deployment training in Larisoro, Isiolo County, displayed an elaborate joint live-firing firepower demonstration training exercise at the Samburu Military Training Area as a show of culmination of their training. The commander's visit was geared towards assessing their preparedness ahead of the deployment. Earlier this week, the International Peace Support Training Center was feted with the Ambassador's Commendation by the Japanese Ambassador to Kenya, His Excellency Okaniwa Ken, for its contribution to peace and stability, not only in Kenya but also in the region, continent and beyond. Through the help of Japan, IPSTC have conducted research in the areas of conflict management and prevention, violent extremism, strategic maritime and blue economy, disaster management, and community peace building in different parts of the country. Japan also continues to support IPSTC by seconding some members of the Defense Force and experts within and outside the government to offer training and expertise in heavy machinery, enhancing peace operation as well as post-disaster response.
While accepting the commendation certificate, the Director IPSTC, Brigadier Joyce CTNA, noted that the commendation came with a profound sense of responsibility and expectation that requires diligent work to strengthen the ties between the two countries in order to contribute to global peace and to uphold the principles of diplomacy and partnership that both Japan and Kenya hold dear.
It is this collaborative spirit that has allowed us to achieve our mission and contribute to the broader global goal of promoting peace and stability. As we mark the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Kenya and Japan, it is essential to reflect on the path we have traveled and the path we intend to take. Our partnership has blossomed into a strong and vibrant relationship built on mutual trust and respect. I am confident that this relationship will continue to grow, evolve, and thrive, opening new opportunities for cooperation in the future.
She underscored that the institution has witnessed the profound impact as a result of Japan's unwavering support through capacity building, research, and the promotion of peace and security initiatives, saying over 5,505 course participants have been trained in over 25 programs tailor-made to address the modern threats of peace and security. The Certificate of Commendation is not just a testament to the dedication and hard work of IPSTC in enhancing global peace, but is also a reminder that in a world often marked by uncertainty and discord, it is the enduring bonds of friendship and cooperation that pave the way for a more peaceful and stable future. She also said that she was confident that the relationship will continue to grow, evolve, and thrive, opening up new opportunities for cooperation in the future in order to achieve remarkable feats that will leave an indelible mark on the annals of history.
Moving on to matters environmental conservation, Kenya Army troops drawn from the Kenya Army Corps of Electrical and Mechanical Engineering and Kenya Army Corps of Transport, in collaboration with the Dedan Kimathi Foundation and other stakeholders, joined hands in a tree planting exercise at Sasamwa riparian land at Njambeni, Nyandarua County. The tree planting exercise is in line with the President's Tree Restoration Campaign, dubbed National Program for Accelerated Forestry and Rangelands Restoration, aimed at mitigating the devastating effects of climate change.
Speaking during the exercise, Colonel Anthony Wambugu, Corps Commander Kenya Army Corps of Electrical and Mechanical Engineering, congratulated all personnel who took part in the exercise for a job well done. He noted that KDF is always ready to offer assistance in restoring the forest cover in the country and ready to collaborate with like-minded organizations for similar tasks. The exercise successfully planted 100,000 tree seedlings of various species.
Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the KDF Weekly Bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerubu. Goodbye and God bless.